What is up, awesome people? And welcome back to my Pokemon X and Y Friend Safari Friend Code Exchange video series. Alrighty, so before I begin this episode, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone for all their support, basically for this series, and yeah, I didn't think it'd kick off as well as it has, so for your support, I've decided to sit down and do a few modifications to basically these videos. So I've added a few new features to it. I'm even using a new recording system for this, so hopefully this all goes well. I'm actually pretty nervous about using this because I haven't used it before and this is officially my first time using it. So I'm hoping nothing goes wrong and hopefully you all enjoy it because I've been slaving over it for 2 days, so if something goes wrong, then yeah, I might rage pretty hard. But anyways, before I start, in the last episode we went to Sir Reptile 900's Friend Safari. So as you can see on screen, his was a normal type Safari and he had Ditto, Loudred and Lillipup. So obviously Ditto was the rarey in this Safari, so Ditto's abilities were Limber as his normal ability, and of course Imposter, which is this Dream World ability, which a lot of people were very interested in, not only because of the ability, but because of a new mechanic in 6th Gen, which is of course the breeding mechanics to breed perfect IV Pokemon, and of course to do that you need Dittos for that. So along with Ditto we had Loudred with Soundproof as its normal ability, and the hidden ability was Scrappy, and Lillipup, which is Vital Spirit Pickup, and its Dream World was Runaway. So it was a really interesting Safari actually. Ditto is basically the only one you can catch in-game, but besides from that you do need Ditto from Friend Safari for breeding, as I said. Loudred and Lillipup, I'm actually not too sure if you can find those outside of Friend Safari, but yeah, overall that was a fantastic Safari to go to and review as well, mainly because of the Ditto. Alright, so in this episode we're going to be going to Poopy Phantom's Friend Safari from YouTube. So his is a fire type Safari, and as you can see on screen, I probably shouldn't have brought this up until I went in the Safari because it kind of gave away what's in the Safari. But in his Safari he's got Charmeleon, Ninetales and Growlithe. So Dream World ability is unlocked because all 3 Pokemon are available, so for this one I thought, seeing how it's got the Ninetales with the Drought ability, oh my god, I can already see it now. A lot of people are going to be after this Friend Safari. I also love the Growlithe. For those who don't know me, I do love Growlithe, but not as much as Mightyena, I will admit that. And yeah, Charmeleon, which seems to be quite a common fire type in fire safaris. So if you want a Charmeleon, since if you missed out on Charmander from Professor Sycamore from the actual in-game play, then here's another chance to get a Charmeleon. Alrighty, so let's start the episode and let's see what we can find. So let's go on Safari, and this guy has the name Fallen Rio. Alrighty, so I'm kind of hoping people can see the bottom screen as well. I did try to incorporate it this time round in my videos, so I'm kind of hoping that's big enough and everyone can see it. Alrighty, so here we go. Our first Pokemon is Charmeleon. So while Charmeleon appeared, and probably already have noticed, everything's a little bit different as far as my Pokemon and my trainer sprite. I'm actually playing on my other game at the moment, and actually on another DS as well, so things might be a slightly bit different, but I'm trying to adjust at the moment to everything being quite new. Alright, so I'm going to go to Bone Club, see how much this is going to do. Okay, it is going to kill it, so this is going to be quite hard for me as far as catching pokes. Alright, so Marowak game 608. Alright, so unfortunately, as this being a new game, I don't have my trace routes with me. That's quite alright. So we've got another Charmeleon appearing. Alright, so I'm just going to run from that one. But as far as Dream World abilities go, Ninetales is pretty easy to figure out if it's got the Dream World ability or not. Oh sweet, speaking of Ninetales, there's one right now. So has it got the Dream World ability or not? No, it's got Flash Fire. Right, let's run from that one. So far we have not seen the Growlithe, so yeah. I'll probably end up catching Ninetales and Growlithe in this episode. As mentioned, Ninetales because of its Dream World ability, which is great for Sun teams, and Growlithe because I like Growlithe and Arcanine. They're pretty handy pokes, and with Arcanine learning things like Close Combat and Flare Blitz and all that, like in 5th Gen, it did quite bump it up in the tiers quite a fair bit. Alright, so another Charmeleon. Charmeleon's probably the most common in this Safari. Growlithe and Ninetales, not so much. I reckon Growlithe would be... Well, I haven't seen one yet, so I'm going to say rare for me, but uncommon for Ninetales. Another Ninetales! Well, this is just proving my theory Growlithe is rare. Alright, so it doesn't have the Drought ability, unfortunately. Alright, we're just going to keep walking on. So far, luck has not been on my side for finding my particular Pokemon. I'll go away, Charmeleon. Alright, so just run from this one as well. And hopefully you find a Growlithe sometime soon. Another Charmeleon! My god! I don't need another Charmeleon. Alright. Come on, Growlithe. Another Ninetales. My god. Oh, but it does have the Drought ability. That's A-okay with me. So the Sunlight turned harsh. So, as I mentioned, Drought is its Dream World ability and Flash Fire being its normal abilities. Actually, now that I say that, I might actually catch 2 Ninetales. One with Flash Fire and one with Drought. I'm actually not a big fan of the Drought ability, but I do like having it on hand. Kind of hard to explain, but I do prefer the Flash Fire one because after playing 5th Gen, Drought seems a little bit OP. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to try and catch it. So, Quick Ball, go! 1, 2, 3, gotcha. Alrighty, so there's a Ninetales caught. Now, Ninetales is actually pretty handy as well because the only way to get a Vulpix is to breed a Ninetales. Alrighty, so the Pokédex entry reads as follows. Number 38, Ninetales, the fox Pokemon. Typing, of course, is just fire. Very smart and very vengeful. Grabbing one of its many tails could result in a 1,000-year curse. Ooh, nasty. Alright, so give a nickname to Ninetales. I can feel a Naruto reference coming on here, but I'm probably going to pass on that for now. Right, so let's see if we can find a Growlithe. So, it's pretty strange I haven't come across one yet. Another Ninetales! My god! Why no Growlithe? This is really annoying. It's almost like that time, or almost like in the last episode, trying to find an imposter Ditto. Come on, Growlithe, you have to be around here somewhere. Another Ninetales! Oh, at least it's not Charmeleon. Right, I'm just gonna run. Come on, Growlithe, I'll catch the next Growlithe that I see. Well, I'll catch the first Growlithe that I see because this is just unreal. Yay, it's a Growlithe! So cute! Alright, so it doesn't have the Intimidate ability, so it's either got Flash Fire or Justified. So Justified powers up its... either its attack or speed if hit by a Dark-type move, so there's only one way to see if it's got that or not. The question is, do I have a Dark-type move on me? Don't actually think I do, but I'll check Ninetales. Oh, there is something I could do. I could always switch into Ninetales and see if it's got the Flash Fire ability. Flash Fire ability is probably my favourite ability on Growlithe. Second being Intimidate and Justified. Well, if you can predict the Dark-type move coming, Justified is quite handy. It'd be quite funny too if you can pull it off. So Growlithe goes for Takedown, does just under half damage there to Ninetales. Now, I'm going to go for the Confused Ray just in case it doesn't have the Flash Fire ability. So that's going to confuse Growlithe and hopefully it's going to deal some damage to itself. Nice. Oh wow, they did a decent amount too. Alright, so let's see if we've got Flash Fire. Yes, it's got Flash Fire. That's awesome. So that just boosted its Fire-type moves. So obviously being in the sun as well, those Fire-type moves will be doing quite a lot of damage, even if resistant. Alright, so I'm going to go for the quick attack here, just to deal a little bit more damage to it. Nice. Hit yourself, hit yourself, hit yourself. Yes! Oh, Jesus, don't hit yourself anymore now. Right. It's not dark yet, so I can't use Dust Ball. Why have I got no Ultra Balls? Might have to throw a Timer Ball at it. Let's see how we go. Right. Come on. 2, 3. Nice. Alright, so Growlithe was caught, and that's got the best ability that I could have wished for as well. So that was an awesome little snag. So Growlithe's data was added to the Pokédex. So number 58, Growlithe, the puppy Pokemon, typing is just fire. It has a brave and trustworthy nature. Its fearlessness of fearlessly stands up to bigger and stronger foes. Give a name to Growlithe. Now I'll pass on that one as well. Right, so let's take a quick look at our little snags today. So I'm not going to worry about Charmeleon, because that's pretty common. Did I get a modest nature? I got adamant. No! I wanted modest. That's like the reverse of what I wanted. So adamant lowers special attack and raises attack. That's bad. Especially on Ninetales. And Growlithe, so it's got Flash Fire, and it looks like it's got, yeah, it's got Hasties, and it looks like it's got nice, perfect IVs in speed, which is Alert to Sounds. So it's got Fire Fang, Takedown, Flame Burst, and Agility. And of course, Ninetales, Flamethrower, Quick Attack, Confuse Ray, and Safeguard. Right. So before I end the video, I want to leave you guys with a question of the day, which is, which Pokemon is your favourite and why? And my answer to this one is Mightyena. Well, for those who know me really well would know that Mightyena is my favourite. Second up would probably be... Oh, it's a hard one. Murkrow I do like. Absol I like. Like I said, I do like Growlithe as well. I know, it's really hard to mention what my second one is, but my reason is because it reminds me of a wolf, and I actually quite like wolves. Wolves are one of my favourite animals, so that's my reason why I fell in love with Mightyena. And at the same time, when I first saw it in Ruby and Sapphire, I did fall in love with it. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like when you stare at or taste a favourite food for the first time, you're like, oh my god, this is so good. But yeah, it's just one of those mysterious things in life you can't explain. Mightyena is my favourite, but the reason I gave is probably the most civilized one I could think of at the time. But yeah, it reminded me of a wolf, and I like wolves. And as I go to end this episode, we find one more Growlithe, just to troll me, because I had them so much trouble trying to find one. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode. So, as mentioned on screen, the user of this Safari is Poopy Phantom, and the link is not only on my video, but it'll also be down in the description as well. Alright, so a few final notes. To get a feature basically on this series, I'm doing it through two ways now. One way is through my Skype, which is going to be in the description as well, and it's also mentioned in the layout. And the second way is actually a brand new way that I've come up with in the recent few days, and that is a Facebook group that I've started up on Facebook. So it's basically a friend code exchange group, so you can just join and you can post on the wall and you can talk to other users and see if you can find a Safari that you like, or even just trade with someone. It's At the moment it's got 75 members and it's quite a friendly community. It's run by myself. Pip Knight is helping me on the group as well, even though he hasn't jumped on yet. But yeah, I've actually got a few users from there as well with some interesting pokes, and I'll be featuring those people as well in this spotlight thing as well. So if you want to have a feature on here, like I said, just hit me up on my Skype or join the Facebook group, and for that I'll also leave a link in the description below, and probably in the next episode I may do a little icon in the layout, just a reminder about the group as well. Alrighty, so I actually don't think there's anything else for me to talk about, so next episode we'll cover another Spotlight Safari. So until then, this is Lenny KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!